Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kemji, and if you're new to this channel, please do subscribe, like and share this video. So in today's tutorial, I'll be learning how to cut a simple halter neck top with lacing. And as you can see, I've already drafted what I actually need, the lines. I already have my bust line, which is 10 inches, and I also have my underbust, which is 13, and the length of my top is going to be 18. So I already have my shoulder measurement, which is actually 16 divided by 2. I'm going to have 8. So I'm just going to mark that here and trace it down to this point. As you can see in the video, it's done already. So the next I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my chest line, and to get my chest line I will come up by 2 inches from my bust line, or I can say my bust divided by 6 plus 1.5 will also give me what I want for my chest line. So I'm going to mark that all through here for the 2 inches above my bust line. So you can see that is my chest line. So the next I'm going to do now, I'm going to measure my neck depth, which is 3, and then for the width or how wide I want it to be, I gave it 3 inches, and I'm just going to connect that and give it a curve. So at my shoulder point, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, and I'm going to connect that to this point with a slant line, as you see me do so. So from this point now, I'm going to come down by 5 inch. This is the point where I need to get my halter neck. So the reason I'm coming down by 5 inch is because I don't want my side bust to actually show. So the more you come down, the more you have a tendency of allowing your bust to be exposed. So I'm just coming down by 5, and I'll mark that all through with a straight line so that I don't get my bust to be too exposed. So I'm just going to connect that now. So from this line now, I'm going to go in by 5 inch, and I'm just going to connect this line to the shoulder point here with a slant line, as you see me do so. So the next thing I'm going to do is on this chest line, I'm going to measure my horizontal bodies, which is my bust divided by 4, which is 36 divided by 4 will give me 9. So I'm just going to mark 9 at this very point here. So down to my length of the top, which is my waist, so I'm going to use my waist, which is 28 divided by 4. I'm going to have 7, so I'm going to mark 7 here, and I'm going to add extra 1 inch allowance for my darts, and I'm just going to connect that together with a straight line. Next you're going to do now is to carefully connect this to this very point, more or less like you're trying to get the armhole for the halter neck top. So you're going to carefully connect that here, as you see me do so. So here I'm going to add an allowance. This allowance is not the allowance for joining, but it's going to serve as an extension for the back, because this dress is going to come out at one piece, having the front and the back together. So here I'm going to add an allowance, which is a back extension, as 3 inches. I'm going to add it here at the up part and also at the down area, 3 inches. So I'm just going to connect that now together with a straight line. Note that this is the extension. This is having an extension for the back that will provide me a space to put the loop. I have indicated it here as back extension. So to get my front dart now, I'm going to mark 4 inches at the waist line, and then 4 inch at the bust side as well. Then I'm going to just connect that now together with a straight line. So next I'm going to do on this waistline, I'm going to come in by 0.5 at both sides, and at the bust line I'm going to come down by 1 inch, and I'm just going to connect these points down here, which serves as my darts. So I'm just going to cut through now the whole thing and place on my fabric so I can cut exactly what I want. Here I've already cut it out, although I use pin to secure my drafted paper on my piece of fabric so that it can make cutting easy for me. Then at this areas, as you can see, I added ½ inch allowance around it for joining. Next I will do now is to remove my pins from my fabric. And then remember that this area, that's this region, is a back extension. So I'm just going to keep my drafted paper aside. I was able to cut out two of this. One will serve as a lining and the other will serve as the main material. So I'm just going to open up now so that I can measure out and sew my darts on the lining and also on the main fabric. So I'm going to take that to the machine now and do that. But before that, I'm going to get my bias, which will serve as the loop for my lacing. So I'm going to fold my bias like this, take it to the machine and then sew. Here I've already done my darts on both pieces of fabric. So the next I'm going to do is to take my bias. Remember I told you are going to sew it like this. So I've already done that. So next I'm going to do is to measure out 2 inches on my bias using my tape. So I'm going to measure out 2 inches and I'm going to cut it. This will actually serve as the loop. So I need like 6 of it at both sides. That's a total of 12 and I'm going to place them at this extreme here and sew. But before that, you need to map out the positions on where it's going to be. So here is the loop that's using my bias. I've gotten 6 for both sides. So next I'm going to do now is I've already measured out the position. First of all, I came down by 0.5 inches, half inch, which would be for my sewing allowance. So I was able to mark out the point for my loop to 2 inches all through. Then I'm going to fold my bias this way and place it on it. You have to place your bias like this inside. Let it not shoot the other way, if not you get it wrongly. So you need to place it this way and sandwich it to your lining. So I'm going to do that all through and take it to the machine for sewing. As you can see here, I have placed the bias on the main piece of fabric and I've sewn it, and I'm just going to take the material that is going to serve as the lining to sandwich it, and I'm going to sew all through to this very point. I'm not going to sew the neck side because that's the part where the clothes is going to come out from. We are going to turn the dress, so I'm just going to sew all round. So after sewing now, this is what we have. You can see the loop is neatly arranged and then the front is still open because it is from there we use it to turn the dress. So now I'm going to get a long strap, as long as possible. That will be enough to serve for both neck and also the rope for the lacing. So now I'm going to measure the width of this rope to be 3.5. You can actually make it 3 or 2 depending on how big you want your rope to be. So mine is going to be 3.5. You can make yours 2, 2.5 or even 3. So right now I'm going to get the middle point of my strap and also the middle point of my top, and I'm just going to notch that now. So after notching now, I'm going to join these points together with the middle point of my strap. I'm just going to join the points together like this, sew it and take the other side and sandwich it just to cover it, and I'll take it to the machine now and sew. This is the final result of what you will get after joining the strap to the top. As you can see, it looks beautiful and clean. So if you enjoy watching this video, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime I upload a video. Thank you. Bye.